is a mystery that has captivated people across the entire globe for centuries. Does Bigfoot really exist? Well, now there is a man called Snake the Bigfoot Hunter who claims he has found actual Bigfoot remains. He has this 8-foot, 300-pound body in his possession. He's even nicknamed it Dak. Snake says he found the remains in the Adirondack Mountains in 2024, even put them on display at last year's Great New York State Fair. But here's the wild part. Snake claims he sent the specimen for DNA testing, that the results showed the body has 58.5% Neanderthal DNA and 41.5% human DNA. Snake says that those tests from Cornell's veterinary DNA lab prove that this creature is a Neanderthal-human hybrid. Now, the Adirondack Mountains have been known to be a hotspot for Bigfoot or Sasquatch sightings, but there are a lot of skeptics out there questioning Snake's discovery. So we decided, let's go to the source. Charles Stuart, better known as Snake the Bigfoot Hunter, joins me now. He's also the author of the Bigfoot Bible. Thank you so much for taking the time. First, how did you find these remains, and what made you think initially this could be Bigfoot's remains?
Well, you know, I found it west of Old Fort, Central Adirondack Park. And the reason I found it was just being in the right area where I could smell it, because this body was decaying. And I just followed my nose deeper and deeper and deeper until, bam, there's this 8-foot-long, 300-pound specimen in front of me. And this thing was sitting in a poison ivy patch and just was absolutely disgusting. And based on what we figured out, this was dead probably about 2 days when I had found this specimen, okay? And what was interesting is next to this body were some larger footprints. And after speaking to a couple other experts, we determined that one of the causes of this specimen's death was probably from getting bludgeoned to death by a larger Bigfoot. So
two.
Yeah, absolutely. And this could have been over territory or mating. We believe it was probably due to mating because this is a male specimen we have, and this was around 18 to 20-year range, and we figured that out by the dental decay.
That's what I was going to ask you. This DNA testing, what exactly was the testing, and what was it done on? The hair, teeth, soft tissue? What exactly?
Yeah, we had blood, hair, and fecal matter, and we just submitted it all and got that done through a friend of mine who worked at the Cornell Veterinarian BioDNA lab. And the results came back, as you mentioned, 58.5% Neanderthal/Denisovan, and that I had to do a little bit of research myself to figure out exactly what was going on. But the Denisovan is a Asian kind of Neanderthal. It's mixed with 41.5% human, and some of that's indigenous. So at some point they did cross over the Bering Land Strait and have been in the Americas. So what we have there is, you know, a very dangerous, aggressive. We know they attack each other, and they could definitely attack and hurt humans for sure.
Do you know how long it's been dead for?
It was dead about 2 days when I found it.
2 days. So wait a second. Let me. So you think it was attacked by another Bigfoot 2 days prior? In other words, there's another living Bigfoot in that area?
Yeah, and I mean, we call them Bigfoot, but, you know, these are like Neanderthal human hybrid. And there's another one that attacked this one. And, you know, one of the interesting things we found on our specimen, which we showed to 60,000 people, was this reproductive bone. And that's an anomaly that the Bigfoot has that is also in polar bears. And these are adaptations that allow it to procreate in an aggressive way. And that leads us to think that they don't actually form family units. They're very nomadic. If they do engage, it's for that aggressive procreation, and then they go their separate ways. So
did you send this to a forensic anthropologist, or did a forensic anthropologist look at these remains?
So right now we've had the DNA test done. I've been trying to get more people to actually be in person with the body. I did get a documentary team came and peer reviewed the DNA, and this is a documentary team from Japan, and they filmed the whole a little movie on this, and they have released it there, and I have snippets of it on our website. And then what was really great is at the showing of this the first time. There was the Six Nation Indian tribes of New York, the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Tuscarora, and Seneca tribes. They came by and looked at the body, and they left and came back and gave me an award. They had came in and immediately identified it as a Bigfoot, as a bark eater, which is another name for Adirondack up there. So it's been like multiple verifications across different paths, and we're trying to get as much people to see this thing as possible.
Have you got any other mainstream verifications, any recognition from more of the major bodies or experts?
We're looking to get some additional people involved with the body. It's been an uphill battle, and
why? They don't believe it?
Well, Bigfoot has been considered kind of taboo and stuff. The thing is, this is a global phenomenon. This Bigfoot have been experienced or encountered globally, okay? But it's still, as you know, with what happened with UFOs, that was considered fringe until it's not. So we are literally punching our way through wall after wall, getting this information out there. And, the main thing I'm trying to tell people is you got to be careful when you're going out there into the wilderness.
Well, or grab a camera, because my gosh, look, it wouldn't be surprising to me if there's now a Sasquatch committee on Congress. Look, UAPs, UFOs, extraterrestrials. Snake, you might be ahead of something here. I appreciate you coming on and sharing it with our audience.
Can I just say that the people who do not believe in Bigfoot have something I call BDS, which is Bigfoot Derangement Syndrome.
You better trademark that. You better trademark that right now, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good seeing you, Snake.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.